Is this the best mopping robot vacuum and mop combination on the market today? Let's find out. This is the Ecovacs Deebot X8 Pro Omni. And for that ridiculously long name, what you're gonna get is Ecovacs' very first robot vacuum and mop combination that has a roller mop. And while this isn't the very first roller mop on the market, it is the first roller mop that can extend outwards to get right along your baseboards and walls, which makes me think this might be the very best mopping robot vacuum on the market. And I have a way I want to test this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Deebot X8 Pro Omni, and we're gonna put it up against my current household staple, the Dreame X40 Ultra, which has spinning mops. And we're gonna see which one can mop the best with one simple test. I'm first gonna clean up the X40 Ultra, get it back to basically brand new condition, and then I'm gonna run it on a deep clean through two rooms in our house that are heavily traveled, our foyer and our kitchen. I'm then gonna dump that water out and see how dirty it is. I'm then gonna run the X8 Pro Omni right behind it, also on a deep clean cycle. Now in theory, after the X40 has run a deep clean mopping cycle, the floors should be pretty clean. If this can mop better, it should continue to pick up even more dirt the X40 left behind. Let's see how it goes. I started by thoroughly cleaning the Dreame X40 Ultra. I swapped the mop pads for a fresh pair, rinsed out the dirty water bin so it wouldn't be contaminated, scrubbed the mop pad washing tray, and filled the container with fresh, clean water. Going into the Dreame app, I selected room cleaning, chose my foyer, hallway, and kitchen, and then put the cleaning mode into Clean Genius, which uses the dirt sensor in the mop pad cleaning system in the base station to determine when to mop a room multiple times. I also selected deep cleaning, which overlaps the mop path more. The X40 then went and did its cleaning run. With a spinning mop system like the X40 has, the robot carries clean water on board to keep the mop pads wet, but the dirt accumulates on the pads themselves until the robot returns to the base station periodically to clean the pads. There are some settings for how often it does this. I leave it in smart mop washing mode. The X40 used its Clean Genius determination to clean the hallway once and the foyer and kitchen twice, for a total of 144 minutes and 843 square feet of cleaning. I collected the dirty water tank and I can already tell it is nasty. Dumping it into a clear jar, the X40 obviously picked up plenty of dirt off our floors. Now let's run the Deebot X8 Pro Omni immediately after and see if the X40 Ultra left anything behind. To keep things fair, I'm also going to run the X8 Pro Omni on deep cleaning with two passes in the same rooms. And off it goes. Roller mop robot vacuums also carry clean water on board to keep the mop pad wet, but they also actively squeegee the mop pad and collect the dirty water as it's cleaning. In theory, this means the dirt the mop has collected is immediately removed from the mop instead of staying on it and possibly spreading to other parts of the floor. Whenever the onboard water bin fills up, the robot returns to the base station to empty the collected dirty water, fill the onboard clean water, and perform a deeper cleaning on the roller mop pad. The X8 Pro Omni cleaned 796 square feet over 108 minutes, so about 40 minutes quicker than the X40 did. And here's what it collected. That's a lot of dirt left behind by the X40 Ultra that the X8 Pro Omni cleaned up. I'd call that a win for the X8 Pro Omni's mopping system. Now that we've covered the mopping performance of the X8 Pro Omni, let's talk about the other features like the vacuuming and the obstacle avoidance. So it does pretty well at vacuuming. It has 18,000 pascals of suction, which is on the upper end of what you see in robot vacuums here at the beginning of 2025. And it did well. It also was very good at avoiding obstacles, things like cords, dog toys, shoes laying around the house. It was able to easily navigate around those and not get them tangled in the brushes of the vacuum. One concern I had about the X8 Pro Omni when I first unboxed it is this thing looks thick. It is not a small looking robot vacuum, but it's a little bit of an optical illusion actually, because this top is totally flat. It doesn't have the LiDAR bump on top because the LiDAR is in the front here. So I actually measured it compared to my X40 Ultra, and it's actually the exact same height as my X40 Ultra. So it's still able to get under some of the lower spaces you might see that similar models with the LiDAR bump on top can get under also. So it's a little bit of an illusion. Don't be concerned about it looking thick. It's, I'd say, average compared to some of the other robot vacuums on the market today that had the LiDAR bump on top. But the one problem I had with the X8 Pro Omni is it was overly aggressive getting into tight places. So things like under chairs or between legs of tables and chairs where there was real narrow, it tended to really wedge itself in there, and it very often would get stuck and call for help through the app and saying, hey, I'm stuck, come get me out. Have to go get the vacuum, move it out a little bit, and continue its on its way. This really prevents me from running the X8 Pro Omni hands-free and depending on it do a full clean in my house. So that's one thing to be aware of if you're going to go with this, is that it does seem to get stuck more often than other models I've tested in the past. Overall, I'd say the X8 Pro Omni excels at mopping and does just as good of a job at vacuuming as the other high-end vacuums you'd see from the likes of Roborock and Dreame. It also has good obstacle avoidance, but can get stuck like I mentioned before. Now, I would recommend this if you are a person that has a lot of hardwood or vinyl or tile throughout your house. You know, these hard surfaces that are majority would be useful for getting mopping done. If you're in that type of house that you want that, then I'd say the X8 Pro Omni is a really good fit for you. If you have more rugs or areas where maybe you just don't have any kids or pets around, you could probably get away with the other models that have the spinning mop pads, and you don't need to splurge on the X8 Pro Omni. That's all. And as always, if you enjoy this smart home content, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.